With Ronaldo's Juventus and Guardiola's Manchester City out of Champions League, can Lionel Messi lift UCL with Barcelona? Is there any chance City can lose points in EPL to hand over the title to Liverpool? Is Mbappe going to fill Ronaldo and Messi's shoes in the coming time? Find out next. MCTV Sports 101 starts now. Hey there, sports fan. Welcome to MCTV Sports 101. I'm Aditya Sahasrabudhe and you can call me AD.
I'm Austin C. City is at the top of the table with only 3 matches left to play. What do they need to do to win it? Does Liverpool have any chance to win the Premier League? AD, what's your take?
Again, a lot of questions. What's wrong with you? Just ask me one question.
You're the one who wrote the script, man.
Okay,
not me.
cool.
I mean,
Okay, you got me there. Okay, so the first question is, what does City need to do to win the Premier League? Well, it's quite easy for them. Just win the next 3 games and they're going to win the Premier League.
Obviously.
If they even lose points, if they do not lose but draw any game out of those 3, they are going to hand over the title to Liverpool. But the interesting part is for Liverpool, it's going to be an easier next 3 games because they are playing Huddersfield, Newcastle and Wolves.
Oh, yes.
So they are going to be relatively easier as compared to City's next 3 games against Burnley, Leicester and Brighton. And Leicester is going to be a tricky opponent.
Oh,
so
yes.
there is a chance City might lose some points. Either it could be a draw or they might lose the game, which might hand over the title to Liverpool.
Oh, yes.
But if they win the next 3 matches, they are going to win the Premier League. What do you think?
I'm honestly going to have to agree with you. They win their next 3 matches. They obviously have won the Premier League. I mean, it's a close race at this point with 89 to 88, Liverpool having 88. Liverpool has obviously got their hands full with Barcelona in the Champions League, which you were correct. They did end up winning that game, and they're obviously still focused on it. I don't think they're going to beat Barcelona, though, but we'll get into that topic later. Now, as for the Premier League, I think for both teams, like you can't, I mean, Manchester City, as you said, has to win their next 3 games. Like even a tie, you have to hope Liverpool either does the same or lose to stay at the top spot. Otherwise, you just hand it over to them. And then
you asked me the other question, that does Liverpool have any chance of winning the Premier League? It's going to be really hard to answer that. Because if City wins the next 3 games, Liverpool can just not do anything. So it's in the hands of City. If they drop points, then Liverpool have a great chance. Otherwise, it is not. Yeah,
it's coming very down to the wire for this season.
Tottenham draw Ajax after defeating City and Juventus in Champions League quarterfinals. In the second fixture of the semifinals, Spanish giants Barcelona face title-hungry Liverpool. Who do you think is going to be the finalist?
So for the remaining 4 teams we have, it's Barcelona against Liverpool.
And Ajax versus
Tottenham.
Who do you think are going to be the finalists?
I'm going to go with Barcelona and Tottenham.
Okay.
And my reason for that is, I mean, Barcelona, as we know, came back after that lackluster performance they had in the first leg. Came
against
back whooped
United.
Against United, come back whooped them 3-0. Liverpool won 4-1 against what was it, Crystal Palace?
It was against Porto.
Porto, sorry, I'm thinking of Premier League, but so they obviously coming off a major victory there. But I think that the second leg that Barca played, I think it kind of what's the word I'm looking here? I think it kind of
rejuvenated, maybe.
Rejuvenated is what I would say. Remind them of how we're used to seeing them play, or how they play in these championships. So I think it's going to be Barcelona and Tottenham going into the next round.
That's a great pick. I mean, if you ask me, I'm going to pick Liverpool and Ajax. And the reason is Liverpool knows that they are going to lose the Premier League. And it's controversial when I say that. The reason is they do not have anything which they can do just by themselves. If City loses any points, only then they have any chance of winning the Premier League.
Right.
So in one way or the other, they know that they are going to lose the Premier League because City is not going to lose any points. So now they need to focus all their energy on the Champions League, which was always on the top of the priority list.
Oh, yes.
And obviously, Barca is one of the giants of professional soccer. But Liverpool now is a hungry side. They are those warriors which are looking for blood. And they need to get to the finals to prove a point.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to at least win this first game to have a chance. Now, I still think Barcelona is going to come out on top, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, you are contradicting yourself after the last time me and you did this together. You were offended at me saying that Liverpool wasn't going to have a chance, but.
Well, the problem is that time you said that Liverpool did not prioritize the Champions League.
Okay, so I may have misspoken my words there. But
I'm not contradicting myself. I'm saying that they are going to focus more on the Champions League now because that is something which they can do something about.
Right.
About Premier League, they can't do anything, but about Champions League, they can win the first leg and take the lead.
Well,
they want to go to the finals.
Yep, and the games are next Tuesday, so I guess we'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
After adding Ronaldo to their squad this season, Juventus were knocked out of the UCL by young yet paltry Ajax side. Is this Juventus' worst season under Aguirre, and does Ronaldo need to switch teams? Probably butchered the name, but who cares?
Have you lost your mind? Are you completely nuts? What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm just giving out a question, man.
You said that Ajax were a paltry side. Let me remind you something. Yeah. Firstly, Josh, I'd like you to call the security and get this man out of here. The thing is, you're calling Ajax paltry. They defeated Real Madrid, 3-time consecutive Champions League winners, and also Juventus, who have won 8 consecutive Scudettos. And you are telling that Ajax is a paltry side. I mean, that is blasphemy. You should be just kicked out of the studio.
Okay, bye.
But okay, for the time being, to answer this question, your question is this Juventus' worst season under Allegri? Obviously, it is going to be, it has been Juventus' worst season. And the reason is, they have won the Italian league. But the thing is, they have been doing that for the last 8 seasons. So that's nothing new. It's basically a cakewalk for Juventus to win the Italian league. But they had this $100 million addition of Ronaldo just to win the Champions League. And they could not even qualify for the semifinals. Yeah. So I won't be saying it's a disaster, but it is a failure for Juventus. And the other question is Ronaldo going to switch sides? No, absolutely not. He's 34 years of age. Maybe he's going to play for 2 or 3 more years. But Juventus now is his best bet. He needs to prove, not just by winning the Italian league, but he needs to win the Champions League with Juventus to be considered the greatest of all time.
Yes, I think I'm gonna. Now, don't get mad at me. You're the one who wrote these questions. Don't put the blame on me.
I wrote the question, but you read it. You could have corrected it. I did write the question, but you could have corrected it.
Yeah, I could have corrected it. I didn't. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think Juventus. This is probably their worst season because their goal is Champions League. They've been doing the Italian Serie A for 8 seasons. They've been winning that. They brought Ronaldo in. But what I have a problem with about that game is and you're gonna give me crap for this as well. Pardon my language, but but the thing was, when I watched that game, Ajax was just manhandling and just putting tons and tons of pressure on Juventus.
But you still call Ajax a paltry side, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And albeit I have no idea.
Juventus were all over the place. They were awful. Even after getting the first goal from the likes of Ronaldo, they had the 1-0 lead. Yeah. But they could not capitalize on it. No. They were playing at home. They could have easily won the fixture.
Oh, yeah.
But Ajax are a great counter-attacking side. And the average age of the playing 11 for that day was 23 years. Yeah. So we all know what they can do. They have defeated Real Madrid, and now they have also defeated Ronaldo's Juventus. So they have a great chance to go to the finals and win it all.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to find out and see.
That's right. In his first season with PSG, Mbappe scored a massive 30 goals for PSG. Can he become Europe's top scorer this season? Moreover, does he seem to eclipse Neymar at PSG? I know there are a lot of questions.
I was about to say, look who's given multiple questions now, sir.
Well, I've written the script, but you can answer those questions.
Okay, so for the first question, I believe, let me go back here. Where is it? So for the first question, can Mbappe become Europe's top goal scorer this season? I think he can. He's obviously been on a red hot streak this season. He's as we've stated before, he's won the World Cup. He's the second teenager to score 2 goals in an international tournament. The last guy did it in like 1958 or something, like way long ago.
That was Pele.
Yeah, Pele. Pele even tweeted at him, congratulated him on the achievement. And
right now he has 30 goals for PSG.
Right.
And Lionel Messi has 33 goals. So if he has to become the top scorer in Europe, he has to eclipse Lionel Messi's record of 33 goals.
Right.
So can you think, do you think that he can do it?
get it. I mean, if he next game he gets a hat trick, I mean, he's tied the record there. So I mean, soccer is a difficult sport to score goals. We both know that. I mean, you sometimes end up 0-0 tie or 1-0 games. So,
well, the question is, do you think he can do it?
It's not
how he can do it. Do you think he can do it?
Oh, I think he can do it.
Okay.
I think he can do it, my friend.
Cool.
And for the second question, where are we here?
Do you think he's going to eclipse Neymar? Because Neymar moved out of Barcelona just because he did not want to be in the shadows of Lionel Messi.
Right.
Now, at PSG, do you think he's under Mbappe's shadow?
No, that's a tough one to decide but no, I mean, I think it's more of like an equal setting, kind of. I mean, yes, he has won the World Cup, which I think he has that above Neymar. But I mean, as far as like skill-wise, I think they're about on even foot. Now, if he keeps progressing as he is doing, and if people are saying he is going to become the next Ronaldo or Messi of his generation, his era, for new soccer fans to watch, he will at some point. But right now, I think they're either even match or Neymar is just a bit ahead. So. It's a close one for me. I can't really make that call. I say they're about even. What about you?
I'd say that maybe he's gonna be eclipsed by Mbappe because Mbappe is younger. He's only 20 years of age.
Right.
He has won the World Cup. He has scored in the World Cup final, and he has 30 goals in his first season at PSG.
Right.
Although we know that Neymar is injured, but I still think, I still believe that what he has achieved as a teenager is exemplary.
Right.
And Neymar is gonna be under Mbappe's shadow for the next seasons.
Right, I mean that's what I said. I think they're at their tie. Maybe Neymar's just a step or two ahead, but like if he continues this for the next like 3-4 seasons, he'll definitely pass Neymar, and then be in the contenders of like Lionel Messi
and Ronaldo.
So it's going to be interesting to see how he develops over these next few seasons.
That's right.
Well, now it's time for Who You Got. With the soccer season coming to an end, almost every remaining fixture is a thriller. Dortmund plays Schalke this
Schalke, that's right.
Thank you. This Saturday. AD, who you got?
I believe it's going to be a draw.
Oh, yeah.
Because the thing is, right now in the Bundesliga, both Bayern Munich and Dortmund are at the first spot. I mean, technically, Dortmund is at the second spot, but they do have same number of points. It's just the difference in goals scored that keeps them at spot number 1 and spot number 2. Sorry. So now, I believe that Schalke is going to play a draw at Borussia Dortmund, and Borussia is going to lose those 2 precious points because they'll only get 1 point if they have draw. So I say it's going to be a draw. What about you?
Schalke is playing at Dortmund, right? Okay, I think Dortmund.
Okay.
Just purely because of like home field advantage. It's hard. I mean, it's hard to beat somebody at their home. So I think it's going to be Dortmund, and they're going to try to pull away and keep the top spot in their table.
Cool. Tottenham faces West Ham this Saturday. Austin, who you got?
Tottenham versus West Ham. I've actually got it as a draw, believe it or not.
And why do you think Tottenham is going to lose those points?
I don't know. I think. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It's coming to the last 3 games, so we don't know what's going in the minds of, like, what's this. I've not read up on any situation with Kale or the new guy.
Harry Kane?
Or Kane, sorry. Harry Kane. So I think it's going to be a draw. I think they could end up winning, but majority of my decision is going to be a draw, and they're going to still gain a point, but they may end up tying with Arsenal or getting passed by Arsenal. I couldn't.
So your take is it's going to be a draw?
Exactly, yeah, pretty much.
Well, I believe otherwise. I believe it's going to be Tottenham's game, and they are going to win it. The reason is, surprisingly, they are doing better without Harry Kane. They have been winning a lot of matches without him. And even in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, they managed to defeat Manchester City without Harry Kane. So they are going to keep that winning streak because they have that momentum.
Right.
And obviously, they need to finish in the top 4. Although right now, they are sitting on the spot 3.
Okay.
But, I mean, if they have to finish in the top 4, they have to win the remaining matches.
Right.
And they are going to do it.
Okay, I guess we'll find out. On Sunday, it's Manchester United versus Chelsea. AD, who you got?
Manchester United have been pathetic. And I'm really saddened to say that. But they have been horrible.
Yeah.
We saw that against Barcelona in the second fixture. In the first leg, they were amazing, although they did not have any shots on target. But they managed to hold Barcelona for only 3 shots on target,
Right.
and they were amazing. But in the second fixture, they were horrible. They were absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
And you saw the same thing against City the other day.
Yes.
They were defeated 2-0. They did not have good shots on target, although they did have some pretty decent attempts, but there were no good shots.
Right.
They could not convert it. And they don't have that momentum. I mean, they are like those warriors who are just not able to do anything.
Right.
So they still are going to fight, but I think it's going to be Chelsea who's going to beat them.
For this one, I'm going with Man United. And now what I think they need to do moving forward is, I still don't believe they're going to make it into the top 4. I still think either Arsenal or.
Well, right now they are sitting on the 4th spot.
So I thought they were sitting on the 6th.
They are on the 4th spot.
Chelsea is not Man United. Man United.
I'm talking about Chelsea. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Chelsea is sitting on the 4th spot.
I'm like, you're confusing the heck out of me tonight, man. Manchester United is at the 6th spot with 64. To qualify to the top spot, they'd have to beat Chelsea, or to the 4th spot, they'd have to beat Chelsea and beat and then Arsenal would have to lose their upcoming game. So I think that Manchester United is going to win and try that incentive for next year's UCL. But if I'm going to be honest with you, I think for Manchester United to kind of progress forward into the upcoming seasons, I think they should try to get into the UCL. But if they don't, it's not a major blow for them, because then they can start rebuilding and figuring out what's going on and what can we do to pass Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, and get up there with Liverpool and Manchester City. So
cool. Let's find out.
Oh yes.
Also on Sunday, it's Leicester versus Arsenal. Austin, who you got?
Arsenal all the way, baby.
Cool.
I want them to. I'm hoping they can make it into that top 4 spot. That's also why I picked Man United, is because that way it'll bump Arsenal into the 4th spot.
But a few days back, every Liverpool fan supported Manchester United for the first time because they wanted to get rid of Manchester City from the top spot. So every Liverpool fan was surprisingly voting for Manchester United.
Well, yeah.
And now you, being an Arsenal fan, are doing the same thing.
Well, I mean, that's just how team sports plays. If you see that your team gets an advantage from another team, you start rooting for that team.
That's right.
And so if Manchester United wins, Chelsea gets no points. Manchester United would get up to 67, tie Chelsea, and if Arsenal wins, they get up to 69. So puts them in the 4th spot with 2 games left to go. So,
but the thing is, if I have to pick up one side, I'd definitely pick up Leicester, because Arsenal have lost the last 2 games, so they don't have the momentum. Their morale is down. And now it's the best time for Leicester, who is a pretty decent squad, to beat Arsenal. So I'm going to go with Leicester.
And I could also see where you're going with that. They are 10th in the table, so they have nothing to play for at the moment. And
most importantly, they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, they have nothing to lose as well. If they lose, they go down a spot or 2, but they're not going to qualify for the UCL next season. So, that's the dangerous part about playing a team with nothing to lose. But right. I still think Arsenal, yes, they lost the last 2 games. I was disappointed in that, but I still think 3rd time's the charm. They'll use this to bounce back and try to finish it out with the last 2 games remaining.
Well, I hope Arsenal fans, that your Arsenal team and your team wins it and makes it to the Final 4.
Oh, yes.
But I don't still think that they're going to make to the top 4.
Well, I guess we'll have to see in the next upcoming weeks, my friend.
That's right. Well, that's our show for this week's edition of MCTV Sports 101. Join us next week for the latest stories in sports. I'm Aditya Sahasrabudhe.
And I'm Austin Seed. We'll see you next time.
Woo! See you next time.